If you have a lot of oak trees around, it's probably quite a dry soil and you might have to irrigate quite a lot. If you have some red maples and willow trees, why it might be wet and you have to think about a raised bed. And if you have some sugar maples, you're just right. So the trees kind of lend themselves to different soils, and that's one way you can tell. You see some moss on the ground, you probably have to add some lime, because that grows where the pH is lower than most vegetables like it to be. I like to think of soils as acting like a sponge to hold the nutrients. And if you picture a piece of rock, that's not going to hold a lot of available nutrients. And real sandy stuff, your nutrients are basically suspended in water, and it'll just go right through that. But if you get a mixture of various sized sand to clay particles and organic matter binding it together, you can see, like in this, there's the little pieces of roots and things. There's more chance for it to hold air than there is in this one that's pretty much just packed pretty hard. Sounded hard, didn't it? And when it rains, this has room in the soil to hold more water. Your organic matter is a big function of that, of water holding capacity. And another term is cation exchange capacity, which relates to the amount of soluble nutrients the soil can hold. And that kind of goes with the water to some extent, but all your organic matter breaks down into very, very fine particles that are nutrients and nutrients attached to, so a number of reasons for maintaining your organic matter. And if you have a sandy type soil, for the most part the nutrients aren't going to stick around as long. If you use organic materials for fertilizer, they're slower release and will go over a longer period of time than some of the chemical ones, which are much less expensive and will do the same thing for the most part. If your soils are something on this idea, we tend to put most of it in before we plant and not worry about it again. And especially if you're doing things under a plastic cover, we put it all in and it's not going to leach out then because your heavy rain runs off.